Shema Israel. Hope you enjoy this next study. My name's Dee. This is my wife, Millie.
So if you like what you see, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you wish to reach out to us, you can email us at devotedtoyah@gmail.com.
Verse 42, the Queen of the South. Verse 42, 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1 to 13. Let's go there. Give some history to this. 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1 to 13. This is there's a theory out there. I'm just throw this out there for what it is. I don't have strong stances on who are the true Israelites and all this other stuff. I'm not good at that topic. I'll be honest. That's not my strength. However, there is a theory out there that the Ethiopian Jews, all right, the Jews that are in Ethiopia, there's black Ethiopian Jews that follow the Old Testament, the Torah, law, Moses, and all that. Through tradition, they believe that they are descendants of this woman Sheba. Okay? So here's the story of it. It says, now when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of Yahuwah, she came to test him with hard questions. She came to Jerusalem with a very great retinue. I don't know what that is. With camels that bore spices. So she came with a lot of gifts. All right, precious stones. And when she came to Solomon, she spoke with him about all that was in her heart. So Solomon answered all her questions. There was nothing so difficult for the king that he could not explain it to her. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all the wisdom of Solomon, the house that he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his servants, the service of his waiters and their apparel, his cupbearers, all this great stuff that he had, by which he went up to the house of Yahuwah, there was no more spirit in her. Then she said to the king, it was a true report which I heard in my own land. I don't know if this means maybe she lost strength, just seeing all the greatness, just like, wow, like all this great wealth and materialistic prosperity this man Solomon has. It's really true what I've heard about him. This man is wise, he's brilliant, he's wealthy, he's smart. Then she said to the king, it was true the report which I heard in my own land about your words and your wisdom. However, I did not believe the words until I came and saw with my own eyes. And indeed, the half was not told to me. So even the greatness I was being told wasn't even half of the story. Your wisdom and prosperity exceeds the fame of which I heard. Happy are your men, happy are these your servants who stand continually before you and hear your wisdom. Blessed be Yahuwah, your God, who delighted in you, setting you on the throne of Israel, because Yahuwah has loved Israel forever. Therefore, he made you king to do justice and righteousness. So Solomon was good at one point before he messed up in his old age and hooking up with a bunch of women. He had hundreds of wives and concubines, and he started marrying wives of different nations that served different gods, and then they turned his heart away. Verse 10, then she gave the king 120 talents of gold, spices in great quantity, and precious stones. There never again came such abundance of spices as the queen of Sheba gave the king Solomon. So I don't think there's any more to this story. There's a theory, there's a tradition out there. I don't know if it's in these other biblical books that we don't read in our fellowship here, but the Ethiopian Jews believe that Sheba became a wife with Solomon, or Solomon had a child with her. This is a conspiracy. The Bible doesn't say this, okay? But the Ethiopian Jews believe that they are descendants of Solomon and Sheba. All right, I'm just throwing that out there for what it is. I don't know what to believe about it. It's very interesting. You go over there to Ethiopia, you see these Ethiopian Jews, and they look legit like Jews, and they practicing Torah and doing different stuff. So the queen of the south will rise up in judgment with this generation. Again, Sheba was a non-Israelite. That's the point. She was a non-Israelite. She wasn't a descendant of Jacob or Israel. She was a Gentile, and she was an Ethiopian. Okay, I believe she was an Ethiopian. And Yahusha said, the queen of Sheba, this Ethiopian Gentile, will rise up in judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And indeed, someone greater than Solomon is here. And he's speaking about himself. Okay? That's what's going on in this story, to keep it short and sweet. That's verse 38 to 42. Let's go to this next section. Let me just say this. How is Yahusha greater than Solomon? In many ways. One, he never sinned. He wasn't even married to one woman on the earth, even though he's the husband of Israel. So he's actually married to all of Israel. But as a human, he wasn't humanly married to anyone, even though he was spiritually married. He never sinned. Yahusha never sinned. He kept the law perfectly. He did signs, wonders, and miracles that I don't ever remember hearing Solomon do. And he wasn't anywhere close to as materialistically and earthly rich as Solomon. But he's rich because he's our heavenly creator. So he actually is way wealthier than Solomon. There's a passage in the New Testament where a woman approaches Yahusha approaches a woman at the well, and he says, "Can I have something to drink?" And she says, "I can't give anything to drink to you. I'm a non-Israelite. I'm a Gentile." And he's like, "If you would know who's the one that's asking you for a drink, you would have asked me, and I would give you water that'll never that you will never thirst again. I will give you water that will quench your thirst in a way that you will never thirst again." Yahusha is the husband of Israel. He has all the prosperity. So that's what that's getting into. He's greater than Solomon, and he's greater than Jonah.